Good evening and good evening. Welcome to Sweet or Salty. What is Sweet or Salty? It's an honest review show with probably spoilers. So we're going to hashtag spoilers because we just talk about it. But it's coming from you live in Essex. So we don't pronounce a lot of it. Well, I don't pronounce a lot of my words.
I'm not from Essex.
No, so there's probably less T's. What else? Mainly T's, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm Tom.
And I'm Charlotte.
And well, talking of Essex accents, we went to see Dune.
Dune.
We sort of I can't say it without having to put a posh voice on. Dune.
June.
June? As in the month?
June.
Dune. Dune. Anyway, Dune. Part 2. Dune Part 2.
Yep.
So, should we talk a little bit about what it is?
The film.
Based on a book. Where there was another film, and it's Part 2. So, Part 2 picks up pretty much where Part 1 ended.
Yeah,
I
from what I
suppose
remember.
there's just wars going on between... It's kind of like Game of Thrones, but in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different houses and this, that, and the other.
Mm.
And the Atreides,
Yes.
they're all dead except for... I thought his name was Poe. But his name is actually Paul.
Paul. Why do you think it was Poe?
Do you smoke, Paul? I thought they were just like poor. Because they were saying, all of them, in the first one, I thought his name was Paul. Or P-A-W, Poe. Paul. Is it Pam? Or Pam? But no, his name was Paul. The main guy, his name is... Sorry to all the Pauls out there, but Paul ain't an action hero's name. Paul.
Paul. Have you looked?
Yeah, he's Paul.
It's Paul.
I just looked. His name is Paul. Oh yeah, we've got microphones.
Oh yeah. Sorry if there's interference because
microphones.
I just moved.
Hello. Microphones. So yeah, we've already gone up a notch since episode 1. So we went to episode 2. Budget got even bigger. By episode 6, we'll probably have CGI, Jar Jar Binks in the background or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, his name's Paul. Paul. So anyway, yeah, Paul. He's living on desert land in Tatooine with Mary Jane, MJ, and he loves her, but he don't love her, but he does love her. I don't know. I was very confused. And they're hanging around with Javier Bardem. Javier, he's the man he thinks he's the prophet. Javier. And his mum's gone mad.
Yeah.
And she's been tattooed, so you get tattoos, you go mad.
Although she's breaking the tattoo laws. She had her face tattooed before anywhere else.
Didn't have her arms done.
Right.
Didn't have a little one on her shoulder like a little devil.
Get in a bin.
Or a little Tasmanian devil on her hip. Nothing like that. She just went straight in with her face.
I love how old school you just went.
To the shit tattoos.
She didn't even have a tramp stamp.
Shit tattoos.
Tattoos.
Yeah, so they're living on the planet. Basically, it's all to do with spice. Not the Spice Girls, but just spice. And there's different lands that are raping the spice. That's a technical term for what you would do on agriculture, not the other thing that rhymes with grape. No, not in this film. So yeah, there's a house. Well, his house got demolished in the first one.
Yeah.
And then like the best baddies ever. I thought they're great. All right, their team ain't great. They're rubbish. They're just getting killed left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
But the main 3 bad guys, which we'll get into in a bit, were phenomenal. But yeah, like it's just basically it's Star Wars. The rebels are attacking. Even though the book's probably pre-Star Wars, so I'm going to admit I haven't read the book, so I can't really go into it. But yeah, they're just basically battling to claim their land back, aren't they?
Yeah.
From foreign invaders.
I feel like I'm swallowing really loud.
Have a
I'm
drink.
really aware of it.
Yeah, that's it, really, isn't it? And he's a prophet, but he doesn't know it. Somebody does. He gets there, and there's some big worms. And they drink lots of blue liquid and go schizo. Yeah.
Tripping balls.
Tripping balls. Right, that's the plot. Tell me what you thought of Dune.
I really enjoyed it. Like, so much so that I'm pretty sure I ignored you about a million times because you were being an absolute fidget ass.
It was a long
In my
film.
head, like, I was side-eyeing. I was like, you are blatantly bored. And I just ignored you because I was really just fidgeting around. But I was really, like, in tune with it. Like, I was really paying attention, which I don't always do at the cinema. Maybe it's because I had my glasses.
Yeah, maybe. It's your concentration glasses.
Yeah.
I really liked this one, but I did not like the first one. We come out the first one, and I don't know. I wasn't confused. I know you always think, oh, he doesn't know what's going on. I got it, but all the characters, they were all forgettable. Literally, as soon as they all died, or no one cared. And I came out there, I was like, I don't remember any of their names. Even so much that I forgot his name was Paul.
Well, I don't remember people's names in daily life, let alone a film. But I wasn't bored by the first one. I know that you were. You didn't really enjoy it. You said it was a bit nothingy, but
yeah, it looked nice.
With it being part one, I can accept that it was a build-up, so that was fine for me because it got us to where we were.
Yeah.
Where we just watched.
I've got to admit, this guy's film. This is Denis Villeneuve. I can't pronounce his name, but he did the new Blade Runner, and he's done some other ones as well. But his films look stunning. Like Hollywood are just throwing money at him, and he's putting it to good use. And this film, I think it had to be seen at the cinema because there were some bits that were just so loud and it made it even more exciting, like the worm scene. The
adrenaline and suspense from some parts as well.
That bit when he rode his first worm. And what was that like? Riding your first worm. Woo! Yeah, it was great. It was explosive. It was loud. I had goosebumps. Took me back to when I rode my first worm.
I was about to say it was explosive. It was loud.
Yeah. I had to fight off birds because they were trying to get the worm.
Was that Gizmo?
Yeah, he's asleep down the back. He might pop out. He may pop out.
She said.
What else was there? There was another really big loud bit as well. The battle. Oh, the gauntlet in with Austin Butler. He was the best in this film by far.
Yeah,
he was so good, and I've got kind of a love-hate relationship with him. Like I really liked him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because he was one of Charles Manson's buddies, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Elvis, I didn't like. I just didn't think Elvis was a very good film. But then in this, he was so weird and great. And
I think he captured what the character was meant to be.
Sting played that character in the first film. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
This isn't helping me understand who you're talking about.
Sting, the singer.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Fields of Gold. La 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 la. Sing a Sting song.
I can't.
Do you not know any?
Have you got to that age now?
Yeah, I know Sting.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's like, are you now one of those people that goes, I bet you can't name 5 songs?
Name 5 Sting songs.
I can't.
Anyway, yeah, so Sting played.
Well, why have you become that person?
Sting, I've always been that person. Sting, I always go by lists, top 10s, and that's just me. Because I like films and my mic's still on. Yeah. I like talking about my top 10 films, my top 10 albums.
Somebody asked, actually,
Well,
what are, I don't know, individually, or whoever you are, message.
What me?
I don't know if it was individually or both of us, our top 20.
Well, we could do that another time.
Yeah,
but right now we're talking about Dune.
I was just reminded.
Dune. See? Accent. Dune. What are we talking about? Sting. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, Sting, he's a really nice man. He's like a vegan or something as well. He does a lot of yoga.
Does that make him a nice man?
He's a tantric sex man.
Do these things make you a nice man?
Yeah, tantric sex. Nice man. So, yeah, Austin Butler played Sting in the new one, and he was great. But, yeah, there's a scene, it's like Gladiator in it, and they put him in the pit, and he has to fight off people, and it's Oh God, it was good. But it's not violent, is it? Like, he was killing people, but you don't see blood, you don't see knives going in.
You saw like a bit of blood on knives, but that was it.
What was it, 12A?
I don't know, I didn't take any notes.
Which means if you're under 12, you need to be accompanied by an adult. What was your first 12 that you saw? Ah, that's a question.
Oh, I don't know.
I know what mine was.
Of course you do.
Which I think at the time I was only 11.
Oh.
And this was before 12A's. This is when it was just 12. Ace Ventura. First 12. Love it, Jim.
I don't know.
Greatest. Well, when were you 12? 2006. What was out then? Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, so I thought the baddies were great because they were just weird, and it was good seeing them on screen. It was very Mad Maxy, all of that part. And Stellan Skarsgård played the Baron, and he was just great when he engross and threatening. Big Dave was in it, but he weren't in it as much.
Like, he's in it,
yeah,
but
he was rubbish.
He was like, they made him like the biggest fucking pussy.
And in real life, he's massive.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh. But
Big
then
Dave.
they made the other guy the big baddie, even though he wasn't scrawny, but
he was
you know
buff,
what I mean.
But he was nuts. Again, like we're gonna reference Michael Keaton in every one of these videos that he went nuts. He did go nuts. Who else was in it? I've got my sheet. Right, so yeah, Mary Jane, MJ was in it. Zendaya. I thought she weren't phenomenal in it. She was just Zendaya. Looked grumpy. And yeah, just grumpy girl with her little face.
Mm.
I do like her, but she was just anyone could have played that. Rebecca Ferguson was Mama.
I think she plays villain well.
I've
seen her in something else.
I know she was in Mission Impossible, wasn't she? Was she in that? I don't know what else.
I don't know.
Spoiler alert: Josh Brolin was back, Thanos, and we thought he died in the first one. He was good. I liked it. He played a good character in that. Yeah, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, but she.
Again, same as Zendaya. I love her, but anyone could have played that part.
Yeah, maybe there'll be more of her in the next one. Christopher Walken. Now, I've heard a lot people saying, why was Christopher Walken even in it? Why not?
Yeah.
He played like the main guy, and that's halfway through. I was like, isn't there someone above the baddies? And there is. It's him. So he's there. But he was Christopher Walken.
I was going to say, I love his accent or whatever it is.
And I was looking at it, I was like, fuck, he looks so old. And I rewound the clock in my head to Wayne's World 2 when he was a threatening hunk trying to steal Wayne's girlfriend. And you would have. But now, no. Léa Seydoux. She was the one who seduced Austin Butler's character.
Oh, okay.
She was in The Lobster,
and
she was in a Bond film as well. And Stellan Skarsgård, who's one of the Skarsgård clan. Speaking of which, what trailer did we just watch?
The Crow.
The Crow, which I think looks great, but
it does look really good.
Everyone's gonna moan, don't touch the original. No one's moaning about Dune being touched, are they? No one cares. But The Crow looks pretty decent.
It does look really good.
Rather bloody.
Oh yes, very gory.
So much blood.
Yes, even in the trailer.
Very bloody.
I'm pretty sure we both giggled.
Oh, he shot so. Woo! You know what kind of couple we are. We're like the new age Billy Bob and Angelina. We have vials of blood wrapped around our necks. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a bit long, and there were a few bits where I was a bit, but then when the action started, it was really action packed. I thought the battle at the end didn't last very long. Like, they had the plan, and they attacked, and it was kind of over in like 4 minutes.
Yeah, and there were no complications. It just worked.
I was like,
but I thought about that when
what's he doing then?
He is rolling around on his crunchy tunnel.
His crunchy mat.
I had that thought about that, like, gladiator moment.
Oh no, that was the perfect amount of time, I think, for that.
No, I just feel like he was meant to be proving himself.
He did though. He stabbed everyone up.
Yeah, but the first two were drugged, so they were easier, and then the
that was a cheat.
The last one wasn't.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that it was like much of a fight. Like the fight he had with Timothy was.
Oh, that was good.
But that's what I was expecting from that other one, because he's meant to be proving himself.
You didn't need
two. But then I was just like, oh, was that it?
Timothy, Paul.
Paul.
He's a funny guy, isn't he? I think I've only ever that Bones and All. I love that film. I thought he was good in that, but I've never. Again, I've never warmed to him. I've never thought, oh my god, the new Timothy Chalamet film's out. I've got to rush to it. Does that happen with any actors anymore? Like back in the day, when there was an Arnie film, first in the queue, Jim Carrey, first in the queue. We queued up outside the cinema for The Mask in '94, 30 years ago, and we waited 2 hours to get in because there was no internet back then. But yeah, who?
Not that I can think of. I know the internet is swooning over Theo James at the moment, who is the main lead in The Gentleman. He's 4 in Divergent. He's a bit nice. Oh.
Is that Divergent? Is that the one with Shailene Woodley?
Yeah.
And it's books. And it was out after Twilight, and they were like, oh, new Twilight? Nah.
I liked Divergent.
Kristen Stewart.
I don't like Twilight.
Pattinson's so good now as Batman. Jedward, though. Nah, he's rubbish as Jedward.
What?
That's what he played, wasn't it, in Twilight?
Oh, Edward.
Jedward.
You said Jedward, and I was like, did I miss something? No.
Jedward. R.I.P. Rippers. Yeah, okay. Dune. Was it sweet or was it salty?
I think it was sweet.
It was very sweet. What would you give it out of 5?
I'd give it a 4.
Would you?
I don't think I'm going to push a 4.5 because
no,
it was really good, but it wasn't like, oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever seen. It was like, it's difficult because it's sort of on part. I would watch it again, actually. I wouldn't watch part 1 again.
Do you know what I liked? I've not given my score yet, but what I liked about it was there ain't films being made like that anymore.
No.
20, 30, 40 years ago, big open world kind of like Star Wars, for example. Those kind of like fantasy lands where they're huge. It just, like, even with the MCU seems small because it's set on Earth.
Yeah.
So it's, I know it's superheroes and it's big and all this, that and the other, but it's small in comparison. Like, Dune was just big. But yeah, you don't get those big, extravagant films. Like what we got to look forward to, Kong, Godzilla. Oh, God.
Which have been made over and over again.
Terrible. We missed Godzilla -1, though. We should have gone to see that. Because everyone went nuts, and they made it on such a small budget. Whereas this film, Christ knows how much this cost them to make. But yeah, speaking of trailers though, like they showed about 8 trailers, didn't they, at the beginning?
Yeah.
And what did we have? We had Furiosa.
Yep.
Which looked great.
Borderlands,
which looks pretty. Borderlands reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy mixed with Mad Max.
Yeah.
We had Planet of the Apes, which looked really exciting. Civil War. Fucking hell, that looks. I think I'm going to be sweating all the way through that. That looked dodgy. I reckon there's going to be some scenes where you're a bit like, oh. What else did they show? Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Which we've got tickets to next Friday, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. Clean
so
up his
noisy.
All noisy. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to give it a 3.5. I don't think I'm invested in it as much yet. As I said, the first one was crap. This one was good, but I'm looking at my list on Letterboxd of films that I've seen over the last 30 years that I've given 4 stars. This ain't a 4-star film for me. It might do as time progresses.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I loved it so much is the exact reason you just said. Like, we don't have films like Star Wars anymore, and I love that sort of thing.
But
like,
they're Star Wars, and it's just not great anymore.
Yeah, that's what. But we don't have films like Star Wars anymore.
Well, Rebel Moon, it come to Netflix. Everyone hated it. It was Zack Snyder's new film, but he's crap anyway. He was good once when he did Dawn of the Dead, the remake. He's the guy that did all the Justice League films and all that.
Right.
Crap. Again, it's these directors. They just give them too much money and they forget what they're good at. This is why I like people like Tarantino.
Yeah.
Because yes, he's bigger budgets and stuff, but he doesn't really take advantage of it. He's not special effects driven. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I loved that film. That's probably my favourite film that he's ever done. And it was so well done, and there was no special effects or big but it was just great actors and a great script.
Yeah.
And a decent story. We did go off on one, didn't we?
Yeah.
But that's good.
That's how conversations work, though.
That's good. Okay.
Imagine, though, if we just came on and went, hi, we watched this today. This is what happened. This is what we thought. Goodbye.
We watched Dune. Dune Part 2.
Dune.
We've got some films coming up, though, haven't we? Over the next few days.
Oh, we've got loads. I'm going to be dead.
We're going to be having the best time of our life. But tomorrow night, Friday night, we're seeing Drive Away Dolls, which is Ethan Coen's new film, with the other girl from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who was the one who was trying to chat up Brad Pitt, and he kept giving her a lift. Remember her? And she was in Poor Things. Did you know?
Yeah.
She was the other version that they tried to make of Bella Mac.
Yes.
Then we've got Immaculate, creepy nun one. And then on Tuesday, we've got Late Night with the Devil, which is on really late. So it is going to be a late night. You're going to be tired.
Oh, dear. What night is that?
Sleepy Baby, Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'll have to have a nap during the day.
You won't nap.
I know.
You never nap.
No.
Have a big sleep when we get home.
I'll take sellotape to the cinema with me.
Sit there like that. Oh, well, thanks for coming. So that's
what she said.
Kind of a 3.75 out of 5 then, that is.
Yeah.
I've knocked you down a notch. Sorry. Soz. Dune 2. Dune. And now I know why it's called Dune, because that was the planet.
Good job.
All the sand dunes. Yeah.
Anyway.
Good. All right, well, here's our video again. Like, comment, subscribe. You're doing it all with Charlotte. Charlotte, here's what you're saying. I don't hear anything from anyone. Nobody cares on my side. You're the popular one. We're recording it as a podcast as well. So if you don't want to watch us, I'd suggest you do, because we're funny and our facial expressions are stupid. You could listen if you like. And occasionally I do a little write-up. So, yeah, Sweet or Salty is the place to be. It's on Facebook. It's on TikTok. It's on YouTube. Of course, this is where this one goes. And where?
Anchor
podcast, where you get your podcasts from, which you can get it from Spotify as well, can't you?
I think so, yeah.
I think, is it called Podcasters?
Oh, I think it's changed, hasn't it? Yes, it's Podcasters. Sorry,
gone.
It was Anchor.
Anchor's gone. All right, well, we're gonna just enjoy the rest of our night and probably watch another film. Let's watch Dune Part 1.
Bye.
Laters.